This is 2022. It's very much the 2022 that we know. It's very much 2022 with all the same mistakes made in fashion and pop music and politics. It's very much the same world that we know with one difference. The difference is that for the past
There's
2
no
years...
Justin Bieber?
It's just a what?
There's no Justin Bieber? Is that the difference?
It's our game. If we do not wish there to have been some terrible pop music, we could write it out and consign it to Room 101. It is possible. However, what has been happening for the past 2 years is the world has been beholden to the game, the experience, the lifestyle of Callanish, a game which transcends any ability to put it into a box. It has the capacity to be everything to everyone. It has the ability to appeal to casual gamers. It appeals to people who only play on a mobile phone. It plays people who play in virtual reality. It appeals to desktop gamers, first-person shooters. It joins games together in a way that was never deemed possible. It has been absolutely hot ticket, and because of it, social media has taken a little bit of a dunt, except for maybe Facebook, which still allows people to share pictures of cats, and grannies are able to share pictures of what they had for their dinner. This is all absolutely still the case. However, the money that is involved, the reach of this game that they've been able to experience has been absolutely fantastic. It has grown from relative obscurity to be $1 trillion company in a matter of years, and it is with great honour and privilege that the group, the party that we have here, have been invited to the headquarters, the campus headquarters on the Isle of Enzie in Scotland, to witness and experience ahead of everybody else in the world Callanish 2.0. It has attracted people of great wealth. It has attracted gamers of great skill, games designers of huge renown. And so on this desolate, remote Scottish island in the Outer Hebrides, where some of you, or at least among the delegates, have arrived by ferry. Some of you, with a bit more means, have arrived with your private yacht. Some of you in helicopter. Some of you of the greatest means have arrived in a yacht and then flown off that yacht with your own helicopter. There is...
Jumped on with a parachute or what?
The island itself has an ancestry ranging back in the Stuart family. It has always remained in the ownership of the Stuart family. And so, yeah, great heritage here. There wasn't much, but now through the wealth that's been generated by the company have made this island almost entirely a campus, single campus building with corridors connecting buildings and floors, but very modern, very of now, and quite a respectable and well heeled for those that get invited to this place. And you have been invited. You are here. You are present. And so it is that we find you in one of the meeting rooms, one of the larger congregational areas where coffee, champagne, canapes are being served. And networking is occurring, of course. And we find your characters variously talking. And turns out, of course, because we're playing a one-shot, you guys know each other through playing this game, but you've never met in real life, but you've played this game, and you're aware of each other, and you've maybe discussed a little bit about being able to meet up face to face, but that might not necessarily be where we find you straight away. So who would like to go first and introduce their character, and who is networking, and what business is being talked about? Anybody want to jump in?
I will.
Yes.
So I'm playing a video game influencer named Craig with a 1 in place of the I. Most of you probably know him because he was relatively popular and had advertisement deals and was doing fairly well for himself, but then unfortunately there was a scandal because he was caught cheating and botting in some of the PvP games that he plays, and people didn't like that, so he's fallen on harder times. He was lucky enough to get an invite to this event and find means of travel here, and really he's just been trying to attach himself to the Callanish wagon to try and get some clout back and get some recognition again. So he's glad-handing anybody he can and trying to find sponsors and somebody, because he's unknown to everyone else. He's pretty much destitute at this point. Like, he's barely making ends meet compared to what he was used to and able to do.
Okay. Yes. So a player of the game. Right. Who's up next? Oh, I pick somebody.
I'll go. I'm playing Beatrix Wendell. She was a former travel blogger who is no longer travel blogging because might have been a tiny incidence of some Photoshop into locations that she may or may not have traveled to. So now she's basically decided, she's made the tearful apology video, and now she's basically decided that she is going to dive into this world. At least then she can not leave her couch and not be judged for it. So, that's B.
Excellent.
Would you repeat the character's name?
Beatrix Wendell.
Thanks.
B for short. Volp, are you interested in introducing your character next?
Sure. I'm playing Frank. Frank is a therapist, and I think he's both an investor and a player of the game. He's probably a casual player, doing some raids, old school stuff. He seems pretty well off in an expensive suit. So you might guess that he invested quite a lot. And that's Frank.
Okay. Schoon.
I am playing Mickey Rogers, a young fellow who works in a daycare, and he plays the game when he is not at work, also to be able to level with the children, because kids love these games. And the kids also love him. He is a very popular daycare guy, daycare worker.
Okay. So, with everybody assembled and variously walking around the room and introducing yourself, taking a glass of champagne from the tray as it walks past, or filling up the glasses from some of the coffee machines that are at the side. This place is vast. The only way onto the island other than helicopter is through the dock at the south of the island. The south of the island, as you were approaching, the waves were beginning to build up and they were becoming quite large in size. The swell that you were experiencing may have somewhat upset you, but because of the size of the ferries that are able to land at this particular key at the edge of the island, those numbers that are coming in at any one time are fairly small, limited to a dozen or so. And as you're standing there, another group of travellers you see walking along one of the atrium corridors above you. You hear the excited voices of people talking, and you watch as they're variously directed to the rooms as you were when you first arrived a few hours ago. And you find each other through your various electronic devices that you have here. You've all been issued with access to the high-speed network, and so far you've been able to variously access and stream if you had wished to. You've been able to record and upload videos. There seems to be a fantastic capacity here, and so you've been able to locate one another, at least electronically, without knowing exactly what you all look like, because you've only ever seen your avatars and the various guises that you have. And so you've arranged to meet in one of the rooms. There's a lovely room with a view out over the water. It looks out to the east of the island, and it gives you a view across to the mainland of Scotland, which is some miles away. But as you variously assemble at the agreed time, sometime about 2:00 in the afternoon, you are looking out of this and you see that the storm clouds are building and the waves are becoming more ferocious. So I think, given the time that we have for tonight, I'm going to jump us just forward to a bit where you're all sat round the table, and you've made your various introductions, and you're excitedly or tiredly, depending on how you coped with the swell as you were coming into the island. You're sitting around and you're just talking about just what you've experienced in Callanish and what your hopes are for the second version of this game.
Is 1.0 still running currently?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I would actually be playing it on my mobile at the same time while I'm engaging with everyone, because I'm always playing, always streaming, always recording, just trying to scrape back some of that recognition.
Yeah. So yeah, you're in the room, and you're there. Doing this and chatting. Anybody else? Are you playing? Are you doing? Are you participating in the conversation? What's happening with the rest of you while you're sitting around eating food, drinking?
Yeah, I'm trying to be social, so I'm not taking my phone out.
I think Frank
I'm still engaging too.
Frank has his phone out with Craig's stream open, and he's just lurking, but generally trying to hold conversations.
And every chance I get where there's dead air, I'm just talking about, do you think they're going to nerf this ability? What do you think? Do you think this is going to be a decent build after 2.0 drops? Where are you guys at? What kind of gear are you rocking on your character right now? I haven't seen your avatar in game for a while. What's going on, B?
I've just been really busy. Like, so many things, and like she's kind of wandering around to the window, like taking pictures with her phone as she's saying this. You know, I've been chatting with sponsors and trying to organize some stuff. It's just been crazy. I've feel like I haven't stopped. barely had time to go and get my nails done to head out this way. Like, yeah, it's been nuts. I probably should jump back in though and get some more stuff done. Get back on the grind.
Well, I mean, that's why we're here, right? First in the door and 2.0. That sounds like an amazing opportunity for all of us.
Yeah.
Well, some of us who are in the game. I know that, Mickey, you're not too big on what we do, but
I
at least you get ahead
play,
of the
but
kids.
I also have a job to do. I mean,
Well, what are you saying? Are you saying me and B don't have jobs?
Yeah,
What we do is a job.
I see you always online, so
Online is my job. Mostly.
it's not something I would tell my kids, but
As you're playing the game and discussing the future of it, perhaps there is a commotion outside in one of the main hall in the atrium. This is a beautiful atrium. There is floor to ceiling over probably 3 floors of glass looking out over the bay. It's vast. It's a huge space, hundreds of meters in size, with 3 stories of the walkways above it. And there's a hubbub. There's commotion. And as those of you who are logged in, you get a ping up in the game. And it knows, and it says, "Welcome, esteemed guest. We are so pleased to have you here." And then say, "Please, if you would make your way to the main foyer, Lachlan Stewart will be addressing the crowd and welcoming you all in person."
Oh, we gotta go, guys.
Yeah, finally meeting the man. Let's go.
Is the atrium like 3 stories open inside?
Yeah,
Like
3 stories open
Are we
inside.
able to watch from like a balcony, or do we have to go down?
Yeah, no, you could do that, but you're on the ground floor as it is. But you can
we
go
are on
up
the
if you
ground
want
floor.
to.
Got ya.
Yeah, you're on the ground floor. It's like a U shape, and the far side of the wall is just glass right across, so that it's not a full round. But this massive atrium, this huge glass front, staring out into the Atlantic Ocean. Absolutely.
Do we want to
stunning.
try and push to the front on the first floor, or should we try the second or third floor and watch from the balcony?
I feel like the balcony would give me better angles for my camera, and she like pulls out her camera case, ready to get some shots.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get some good shots and not have to, you know, doctor them at all. You know.
Hey. Cheek.
Hey, I mean, no shame here. I mean, I know where you're coming from. I'm trying to regain that clout too. I get it.
You retouch a couple of clouds and people get grumpy with you. Anyway. let's get
I
some
mean,
good
right?
food,
It's it's all good in my book. What do you think, Frank? Mickey, should we hit a balcony?
Yeah, balcony
Yeah,
is
sure thing.
best. I think there will be too much people down there.
And as if that is not a great description of what you see when you reach the balcony edge, this white stone about 3 foot high and a foot and a half wide, this balcony with occasional glass front in it, running right along and round, this horseshoe shape. You look down and you see the stage right up against the backdrop with the glass, and there's big screens on either side, and the stage is there's a microphone. There's various cameras set up all around. There's 360-degree cameras everywhere, so the whole thing's being beamed live. People can go through to this, and there's a huge number of people down there. As much as you are exclusive guests, and that is of no doubt, given the millions of people that play this every day, there is still a lot of folk here, and it's reasonably rammed down there. But you see the crowd parting, and a rather smartly dressed looking man walks through the crowd with some people around him, and he makes his way to the, whenever he's whispering, and the crowd at the bottom goes quiet as he approaches. You've not really seen that much of Lachlan Stewart. You haven't really seen a huge amount of him. He's there. He's not shy, but nor is he putting himself everywhere at every opportunity. The company, Eversion, that he founded and who built up these protocols and these softwares that allow for this amazing interconnectivity of computer games, is typical. He's a nerd, and he's somewhat shy, but he cannot hide the fact that he is well moneyed and well looked after. He walks through, and he has gained confidence over the years that he's been working, and he stands up, makes his way on the stage, and as he does so, the whole place just silence hits, and he looks at everybody, and he looks up, and you see the cameras catch his face, and you can see his face zoom in on him. He's quite thin. He's got a fairly pointy chin. He's got a clean-shaven face, and yeah, he's a bit peely-wally looking, almost, you would say, and his red hair is particularly of note, quite typical, some might say, trait of those of these parts. And he opens up and looks around and says, "Everybody, welcome to Ensay Island. Welcome here, and welcome to this launch of what I hope will be a new way of doing business, of playing games, of having fun, of meeting friends. Ensay Island for the next week is your home. Everybody is welcome. The parts of the business end of our campus, you will understand, are off limits, but everywhere else on the campus you are free to visit the libraries, the refectories, the bars, the restaurants. Our staff here have enjoyed all of these facilities and have made what you know and love to be the most fantastic, the most experiential game that you have had. But this is only the start of the event. We are still waiting for guests to arrive. The launch will happen in 2 days, so you have time. Please play, make friends, network. If there is anything that we can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask our staff. We will be happy to receive you and your requests." And he looks around. And then he begins to tell a little bit of the history. He goes off. There's the big screens show the stories of his bedroom where he started coding and all the rest of it, and it just goes. You know some of this story already. This is new, and he's talking away for quite a bit in your chatting. As you're talking, and just kind of basically murmuring, over a little bit, watching as he's telling his backstory and his history. You hear another voice, and it's surprisingly loud, and it's interrupting the voice that you've been listening to telling this story. And the voice says, "You're all fools! You're all being taken for a ride!" And it seems to be getting louder, and somehow it's getting into the voice amplification system. "You are all being taken for a liberty that you have no understanding of. Your future in this world, they're just destroying your privacy. They're taking all of your information. They're selling it and making themselves rich. And this continues, and then you can see that Lachlan at the front, he's looking perplexed because now he's lost the audience, and people are watching and turning around to see where this voice is coming from. And a very small man with dark hair slick down. He walks into the crowd and he tries to make his way to the stage. And as he makes his way in, he's shouting this: "You do not invest your money, you'll never see it again. Your ability to be riches, this is a scheme, this is a Ponzi. And only those who were first in will get in." He's just all the obscenities he's trying to quickly. And as he's doing that, you can see figures from your vantage point coming in through the crowd and like filtering through the people, trying to get them. Then there's an electronic noise over the sound, and Lachlan's voice comes back again. He looks a bit shaken. And as he tries to regain his composure, you see and watch with interest, perhaps more than what Lachlan's doing, the fact that there are now 3 dark-suited men jumping upon this character and pushing him to the ground, and then beginning to drag him away. And he's still shouting, but at this point all you can hear is his voice as it carries in the echo of the auditorium acoustically. He's no longer got the benefit of the amplification. But everybody's murmuring, and Lachlan's trying very hard to get the people back into focusing on his story, on the tale of how Callanish has been built and how it's been developed, and all the technical marvels that have been achieved.
Who the hell was that?
So if we're at like a second story balcony, this is too juicy for Craig to let go. Is there a way that I can see that I can get to the first floor and kind of follow and keep filming the security guys, like with this old guy taking him out?
You can always jump down.
I'm not gonna jump from the second story.
Yeah, so there's stairs leading down just a ways away past a few people that are also similarly watching from the high vantage point.
So yeah, I say I gotta follow this, guys, and I go for the stairs, and I want to head down to the ground floor and try to catch up, and not like get on top of anybody, but I want to try and maintain view and kind of film it with my phone.
Yeah, so
talking to my crowd like, this is crazy, guys. Like, there was this important speech, and this old guy showed up and started talking about how we're all fools, and now he's getting dragged off. I got to go see what's going on.
Yeah. So give me a roll based on your newshound sleuthness. Using your skills to seek out a story and follow the action and recognize. Let's see how. Let's give me a roll and see how you get.
I'm just an influencer, so I don't know if I would get a bonus die for that.
Okay. So you're looking down, you're looking around, you're searching around, and you're going and you spy this this crowd just ever so slightly parting in this person. You can still hear the voice, he's muffled, and you get up to him within about 3 people, and you kind of put your phone up and reach over, and you watch as the security guards, the wall at one point opens up. The security guards you've got on film bundle through. One person stays behind at the door closes behind, and then one security guard stands there, talks into his cuff, and then walks off.
Hey Mickey, you think this is part of the show? Maybe it's like a real life event, you know? I don't think some crazy man would just appear on the island.
Well, if you see his reaction, it didn't look like it was part of the show.
Maybe he's an actor. Maybe we should go after him, get some pre-order bonuses from the event or something. Is this how things work?
Well, it's the first time I'm at an event like this, so I don't know if it's normal. I think Craig would know better than. Well, maybe you know, Beatrix.
It doesn't seem very normal at any of like the travel conferences I've been to. Normally they try and like maintain professionalism, although I guess this is a whole new media. And as she's saying this, she's just clicking away as like this guy's on the stage and getting as much of the rooms. In fact, the entire time this Lachlan has been speaking, she's been just there, click, click, click. And she did kind of focus on the guy who came and disturbed things, but she's just been constantly just lots of clicking sounds that she's been trying to get everything and as many good shots as she can. But yeah, no, I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a strange PR event. I mean, normally they try not to point out the bad parts of their products, which, I mean, we've probably already sold our souls or something to it. Does anyone ever actually read those privacy agreements?
Wait, you're supposed to read them?
So
I just give them to my lawyer.
I just accept it.
The talk continues. The suit security guard walks off and disappears down one of the corridors.
I take a mental note of where because it's not a door, right? You said the wall opens, so it's like a kind of a concealed back rooms area.
Yep.
So I make a mental note of where it was, and I head back to the balcony to where everybody else was. I was like, that was crazy. I'm walking up and I'm filming myself and also kind of getting them in it. That was crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some weird stuff. Where did they take him?
Oh, they took him down the wall opened up, probably like back rooms, like maintenance corridors for the complex or employee walkways, and they took him in there.
It is a very
I got a view of it because I was holding my camera up above some people, but maybe I can slow it down and take a look and see what's back in that kind of hallway and where they were taking him.
You are able to stop streaming for a while to do that?
Not right now. I'm streaming right now, brother. I'll do it later.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I mean,
not everybody can stream 24 hours a day. But I'm back to streaming.
I'm typing in
the
Craig's
presentation and all of us.
I'm typing in Craig's chat. OMG, Pog.
Excellent. Okay, so the talk continues, and that the highlight of it is at the end of it. You're talking and you're chatting and you're walking and doing your casting, and at the end it says, and as a thank you for everyone who's attending today, of course, in your rooms, we've taken the liberty of giving you a care package. I'm sure you'll appreciate everything there. Thank you all for so much. It'd be wonderful. I look forward to meeting you. If you would like to arrange an appointment, please do jump into Callanish, visit my offices there and make an appointment, and then we will get a room and happy to talk with all of you. I hope I can meet every one of you over the next week. It'd be an absolute pleasure to have you there, and I look forward to the big reveal in just a few days. And there's a huge round of applause. Everybody's forgotten about what happened before, and everybody's cheering. And you get a prize. You get a prize. It's fantastic. And then people separate and they go down the corridors and up the stairs and across and through, and there's noise and people stay and chat, and so everybody's there. But it strikes you at this point. It strikes you at this point. As I knock something off my desk and throw it to the floor. It strikes you at this point that you are getting a little bit hungry. And part of what's mentioned that you kind of variously heard was that there's some fantastic cuisine to be had. So maybe maybe some of the announcements flash up on the big screens about the food that's available. Anything that you want to eat is here. It's just like noodles. There's There's fine Scottish cuisine. There's less fine Scottish cuisine. There's English
Haggis.
food. Yeah, there's haggis to be had. There's soup, Cullen skink, if you want it. There's also a lovely packaged tatty scone with bell peppers, deep fried. It's
Chicken
all
and
there.
waffles,
Yeah.
Hot Pockets, energy drinks.
There
That's
you
all
go.
Craig needs.
So
Why am I not
variously.
surprised?
There's cafes. There's a cafe with the staff there. There's the restaurants. There's takeaway food. This is a hugely well catered for event, and this you're pretty satisfied looking at the menus that are flashing up on screen that you can find something. So let's just again, because one shots. Let's just jump ahead a little bit to getting ourselves. All sat around the table and having some chow and getting some good food down you. Get some drinks.
I'm also trying to get an early appointment with what was it, Stuart?
Stuart,
Yeah,
Lachlan Stuart, yeah.
Lachlan. Because I'm going to try to encourage him to give me some advertisement money for my streams.
Yeah, okay, so as you do that, you make your way through and you get an appointment in kind of midpoint in the week. Not long after the launch of Callanish, which is quite good actually. That could, you'll get a chance to see what it's like, and so yeah, you've got a 5-minute slot with them for your elevator pitch. Yeah.
Oh, I'm absolutely also making an appointment also for a pitch.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you also, you're getting in about the midpoint. There's a few people that have maybe, you know how these things are. Some people get given a little bit priority. You're all equal, but some are more equal than others, right?
Yeah.
And so you're there, and some of the biggest money is there. But yes, so you're sitting having a meal, having drinks, eating your foods. Making your appointments, playing the games in the way that you like to play in Callanish, and you're in a lovely restaurant with food being served. It's not table service in this particular place. You have to go up, grab your tray, point at the stuff you want.
Buffet.
Yeah.
He is going to spend a ridiculous amount of time artfully arranging everything on her plate so she can get like that perfect food
Of course.
shot.
Excellent.
Love it.
I think Frank has found a lobster somewhere because he never had lobsters, and he's just sitting there with a lobster not knowing how to eat it really.
Brilliant.
I'm just taking a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit of this,
These
a bit of
moments
that.
are the only moments that I do not eat, like fruit packs and little snacks that are just cut, carrots and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you see more people arriving as they're eating and coming down, sitting down, and yeah, that the part of the day goes by, and you've got your appointments all booked with Lachlan, and you maybe think at that point perhaps that having schmoozed a few people, having made some contacts, having got your opportunities, having met rival guilds or fellow players, you've done
the four of us are probably gilded up, right? I would imagine, if we know each other from in-game.
Yeah.
And probably I would be the lowest level of the guild.
So yeah, and when you get back into your room at the end of all of this hard networking that you do that day, there's a beautiful box on the dressing on the table in the room. The rooms are great. They're not huge, but they're very comfortable, immaculate, spotless. Great lighting, screens. Each room has a VR headset. Each room has, networking. Everything's there. But there's a box that's there, and it looks really ornate. It's got Celtic runes over it, and it's got the inscription of the Callanish logo. And as you go up to the box, assuming that you at some point.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna open it.
As you approach it, the side of the box changes, and 2.0 appears over it. It's a screen. The side of the box is actually
nice.
It's a screen, wow. And the logo just swishes over when it senses you. You open it up, and inside there's a feather, a quill, and an ink pot. Old school, and there is a magnifying glass, and there is when you lift those out, there's a piece of old school parchment, and it's blank. And then when you take those things out, the screen with Stuart's face on it appears and says, "My guests, thank you for joining and being part of this auspicious occasion. Please write down your wildest dreams to appear within Callanish 2.0, and they will be made true. Our team of talented developers around on this campus will take your suggestions and we will turn them into a reality. Anything that you do so desire, we will achieve. We're so looking forward to meeting with you and talking about it with you. Please, when you're finished, place it back in the box, and then we'll collect it when you're at your room in the morning. Thank you very much." And it's just like, what? How? What? How? Yeah. What? How? Huh?
Yeah, I'm a little confused by the low-tech note-taking apparatus in the extremely high-tech box.
Yeah.
And also, I will admit at this point, although Craig would never admit it to himself, he's not an extremely creative person. So he just streams what other people create. And so he's a little confused, like...
But you've got chat telling you, right? Chat's giving you...
Oh, that's true. I mean, yeah, I would have my stream running while I open the box, so chat's probably just like thing after thing after thing and whichever one I decide to write down, I'm not going to credit the person in chat that wrote it down as their idea either, because why would I do that? It's my stream.
I'm taking a good look at the paper. Grabbing the magnifying glass to see if there is even anything written on it or signs that might have something written on it.
Yeah, give us a...
I've done a lot of things with my kids, so...
Give us a roll, yeah. Go and give us some sort of check. Which is just you're having an examination. You've got the magnifying glass. You can look at it.
So
on my my little piece of paper, I start scratching as I'm looking at my chat, and I'm like, a giant mech exploration style open world game. It isn't an MMO or a battle royale. Then,
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
It is a piece of rather fine-looking paper, and you search for something untoward about it. I guess you're looking for something that might suggest that maybe there's a secret or a clue hidden here. You don't see anything, and you. I guess you maybe even you turn it over and you look around and you hold it up to the light and all these kind of things. It is what it says it is. It's super low tech.
I'm gonna do a flat lay. Like artfully arrange everything out. Maybe throw in a pair of like cute sandals that I bought and just kind of like display all of this stuff. To take a picture of it.
Yeah, what an opportunity. What an opportunity to be able to have your own mark on the world. Wow, fantastic. So you write down, variously, you're checking, you do the things, you look at what's there, And as time goes on in the evening, you decide that at some point, sleep is probably not a terrible idea, because the next day you've got more networking to do. You've got some events. There's some speakers happening about, some of the panels that are happening and going on. There's stuff happening. There's stuff going on. Maybe you've had a look at the itinerary. So you look at that and you get to sleep. What a comfortable night's rest you have. What a beautiful night's sleep. And you look up, your box is still there, all your stuff, everything. You get changed, you get ready. One thing that you notice is it's kind of late. It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. No, it's 11 p.m.
That's really late. But that might also, if it was 11 p.m., that might also explain why it's so dark outside. Not all of you might be familiar with this time of year in Scotland, but it should be expected to be light by this time. And as you walk out of your rooms, you see that other people are similarly walking out of their rooms, all dressed, all ready. Everybody looks like they're prepared for the day. And you look down the corridor and you look out one of the big glass windows there. It's really gloomy outside. It's really dark outside.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's storm. The storm's obviously hit. The clouds are dark.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's Scotland, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's dark skies. This is a thing. Quite normal. And sure enough, when you get you all meet up and you head in, and before you get into the centre where the food, the breakfast brunch at this point, I guess, being served, you keep picking up people as you're walking down. It's like everybody's been sleeping. Everybody's gotten up at this time. I said, what? Hey? And when you arrive at the central place, there's a scream. You hear a scream. And you look to the centre, and there's a few people milling about, but they're all milling in the same direction. They're all walking to the centre of the room.
Camera's out, filming. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
Is that the guy from before again? And go into the same direction.
Yeah, and you're all walking towards the centre, and on the floor is, face down, a body collapsed. And you muscle your way to the front with your phones and your cameras and your pictures ready. And there's a lady saying, he was just there. I just saw him lying. I went over to see if he was okay, but oh my goodness, we need to tell somebody. Where's security or somebody? I'm going to go and find somebody. And she just, fusses her way back through the crowd looking for something. And so there's quite a few of you now surrounding this body, looking down.
So it's face down?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm walking immediately to the person. I'm like, all right, give him some space. I know first aid. And I'm gonna try to see if he's still alive and whatever.
Yeah. Well, one of the first things that you do in first aid is put somebody in a position where they're not going to choke in their own vomit, right?
Roll them onto their side or their back.
Yeah.
You roll them onto
side is more common than back. Yeah.
You roll them onto their side, and as you do, you recognise the face, except it's absolutely terrible. It's the old man The old man that was shouting, the old man that was screaming, the old man that was hijacking the audio system and telling investors to do a runner.
That's him, yo. That's the old man from yesterday.
But when you look at his face when you're close up, anybody who's within a meter of this guy, his whole face is wrinkled and dried out. His aged features that were already aged have been amplified by 100 years, and his pitted lines all the way down. He looks like he's been dehydrated. He looks like he's been
desiccated.
He's been turned in. Yeah, he's just like his whole face is just absolutely. It's absolutely like just how is that possible? He looked old enough when you saw him, but that's awful. So I'd like anybody who's within sight of this to make an insight check, please.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Insight is also just a D6, right?
Yeah, just a D6. Yeah. So anybody who rolls a 1 is fine.
Yes.
Oh,
Anybody who rolls more than 5 should please add 1 point onto your insight track.
got it.
Oh wow, two of us
are
have
above.
a 1.
Okay.
Mickey and Craig have no problem.
No, I've seen worse things. I mean, I did
With the
first aid on
children,
kids.
you've seen worse things.
You have no idea what kids are capable of doing. I mean,
I guess I don't.
no, you're too focused on.
the people. There's a group of people now all around you, and more people asking what's wrong, and they're all just like, we hear people heaving and all the rest of it as the various impacts come. But through the crowd come two security guards, and they say, well, please look, just some respect, please, some respect, and they put a cover over him, lift him onto a stretcher, and take him out.
Was he still alive?
You checked, didn't you? No, he was definitely dead.
Okay.
No breath, no heartbeat. And he gets stretchered off. And so, yeah, breakfast after that, eh? Lovely. There's a lot of murmuring and chattering, and you go off and get your... you get that. Your devices all ping about a minute and a half afterwards. All your various devices ping, and it's a message that says, due to an incident on the island, we must ask everybody to stay within the campus walls. The police from the mainland will be arriving soon. We really desperately apologise for this inconvenience, but due to some unfortunate news today, we will be asking everybody to subject themselves to an interview with the police. They'll be arriving, but don't let it, and don't let it interfere with business today. But please do stay within the walls of the campus. And also please note that due to storms outside, anybody's yachts that were there have been taken further out to sea and away from risk of being beached and landed. So and basically this kind of it's much more eloquent than that, but that's the gist of what it is. And sure enough, the darkness, the storm outside, you look outside, and it's just huge waves smashing up against the rocks at the side, and up in the water spraying against the window. It looks pretty horrendous.
Okay, did this just took a turn for the worst.
Yes, not great PR.
About your question from yesterday, no, I don't think this was an actor.
Yeah. I think Frank is kind of silent. He's trying to put together what he saw. Maybe he... he's a medical professional. Has he heard anything like this? What could cause such death, or...
Give me a roll, a professional roll. Two d6s, please. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's something that you'd have to find the body to be able to look at. You would need more information. You couldn't really see enough from what you saw, but if you were able to get to the body, then with your background, you would certainly be able to determine what it was.
Snake eyes.
And you also know that in these kind of cases, the body would be taken to a cold room somewhere, a secure location, just to minimise the impact of heat and warmth on the decaying process. So yeah, somewhere cold. But yeah, beyond that, I'm not sure.
I know where that room might be.
Yeah. So as you're having these thoughts, walking into breakfast, you walk closer to the glass room. Something's strange. Anybody who's particularly attuned to listening out to noises beyond just the hubbub of the voices that are talking and the clattering of the catering staff. Can you roll me? Anybody
as
who feels
a PvP streamer, I feel like I have to be very attuned to the noise in the environment when I game. Because people walking around and
give me a
doors opening.
As a social worker in a kids' daycare, I definitely need to be.
Yeah. So give me an insight roll, just based on the noise that you're hearing just now in this space.
Oh, I don't like that.
A 5.
I didn't want an insight roll.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we roll for insight.
Wow.
There you go. So
Why
you both
are
get
we rolling the same thing again?
you get +1 onto your insight track. What you're noticing as you're walking past this, you see this vast storm. It is smashing water against it, but it's making no sound.
Oh, that's not okay. Well, surely this building is just soundproofed. That's got to be what it is.
Yeah, for streaming and recordings, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's definitely what's happening.
Definitely. Yeah. So maybe it's just but you carry on and you get down into your breakfast. You get into your brunch. It's good to have a brunch. And you are eating and you're having a good time. And talking and carrying on. There's chat. Your chat's blowing up, by the way. Absolutely. And great, your chat. People are all about the box and the death and this is word is spread that you're here and there's a few other streamers, but you're one of the you're doing it live and it's all happening and your chat is just exploding and people are doing all the things that they do, and it's going really well and you're just loving it and all that's going on. And as you're sitting there watching the stream, and everybody, you'll experience this various connections that you have. Frank, B, maybe Mickey to a lesser extent, everything drops. But you're at breakfast time. Suddenly, your connectivity is just lost.
What? Are you down? Are you down? I'm down. Are you guys down?
What the hell?
Mickey, pull out your phone. Is it offline? Frank, are you offline?
Yeah, it seems so.
Yeah, I don't have a connection, no.
Maybe if I restart it.
Yeah, I'm frantically because I was doing so good, I'm trying to restarting programs, restart the phone.
I try and switch over onto data rather than the internet.
You guys got nothing. And as you're basically searching through this, there is an alarm you hear in the building. The staff within the cafe, the restaurant, the place that you're eating for brunch, they come out and say, guests, esteemed guests, I'm afraid that there's been a fire reported in the north sector of the campus. Just as a priority, we're asking everybody to go to the muster point. It's please, if you follow the lights that are now on the floor, you'll see your way to the muster point. It's outside, so just take everything that you can. It's in the courtyard. So please, if you have anything, it's very sheltered. Don't worry. But please, if you could just make your way there, and you can tell this person isn't at all used to doing this kind of shepherding, and they're trying very hard to get everybody to pick up their food and right enough from the edge of the cafe, you see these lights, sort of in the floor that are just to follow.
Wow, that's very high tech.
So I switch over to just record mode, and I'm like, guys, I got it. If data's down, I gotta get back to my room. I gotta grab some of my gear, make sure I've got enough. What if power goes down next? I gotta grab my backup batteries, or I'm gonna lose all of this.
Yeah, let's go grab the stuff. You have the fire contained, right?
Really looking at you guys seriously, you can't live without technology?
No.
This is my life, man.
So everybody else is following the path that leads out, and there's a few people like you who are walking across the main through under the atrium and walking into the corridors that lead you off to. You're not far away from it, but you see that the lights have gone down, and at the end of the corridor, there's smoke.
I thought the fire was on the north end of campus. Are they having us? Wait, are we walking towards the smoke, or?
Yeah, you're walking towards it. You're walking towards the smoke. You were being told to go to the south, but you were in the north part. So you're towards the north part of it. So you see smoke just hazy smoke at the end.
So
yeah,
maybe
you
the
walk
smoke
across.
and the fire is looking to cut us off. If we were already in the north part.
Yeah, you're kind of northish. Yeah, you're central, but yeah, you're already your rooms are all in the north part on the ground floor. So, but you see the smoke at the end of the corridor.
Are there fire extinguishers?
Not that you can.
Emergency.
Not that you can see.
Okay. This isn't good, guys. I don't know about here in Scotland, but in the United States, we don't run towards smoke. Despite what people say. You're supposed to go the other way from the fire.
You could probably get round the corner. It's just round that bit of corner where your room is. It's not far.
Oh, I'm trying to get to my room? That's where my room is? Yeah, then I don't care. I need my gear.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought we were heading for the muster point. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll kind of look down I'm guessing it's coming from like another set of passages or whatever.
That's right.
I'll
There's a
look
T
and see if I see
junction.
the glow of fire or anything from that direction.
You can't see anything, but
by.
the smoke definitely looks like it's a bit thicker. And you get into your room, you grab the things you need, and even as you come out of the room, the variously your corridors, the smoke is thicker already, and you're actually walking out of smoke back into the atrium as you cross over, and then you regain the path that's leading out to the muster point. And it's probably taken you about 10 minutes. And the smoke is now coming up behind you, and it's filling up into the atrium. The path that you need to walk down is relatively short, and outside is indeed outside. It's built around an old set of standing stones, right in the centre of the courtyard. There's old standing stones. Some of the courtyard is glass fronted, some of it is stone walled, but the door that you have is at the north of more or less a circle leading into the courtyard, which is pretty big, and there's buildings all around it. One side is about 5 stories, the other one that you've come from is 3, and the courtyard is well laid out, but the standing stones are the sort of central piece of that. There's 6 stones in a circle. And they look authentic. Whether they are or not, who knows? But anybody who did any research into the island of Enze in the first place knows that there was originally a stone circle, and it certainly is a historic island.
How is the weather looking? Is it windy outside? Is it rainy? How close is the storm?
Yeah, you look up of the courtyard and through and into the buildings. As you walk out, the clouds are definitely low, but curiously, the clouds they've got a kind of purple tinge to it.
Huh.
It's kind of. It's almost like sunset, except you can't see the sun. You look up into the sky as you're looking at these purple clouds, and you see silhouettes up in the sky moving quickly, like large birds or something. This is kind of unusual, and you look away from it, and then you look up again, and you see a winged silhouette high in the clouds above you. It's not a plane, it's something.
I really don't want to ask this, but is the storm still silent outside as well?
Yeah.
Hey B, can you zoom in on that? Can you take a picture? What is that?
He's probably got a better camera than I do.
Well, yeah, and B's been fiddling with her camera settings because the light's been different to indoors, and it's taken her a little bit to get it right, and she's been grumbling about it the whole time. But so she sort of tries to take a picture of it, muttering about how dark and gloomy and miserable it is, how hard it is to get decent photos in this light.
Yeah. And you see this shape in the silhouette when you zoom into it with your fully huge camera and all. It is a very, very peculiar and very strange silhouette to behold. It has the look of perhaps a barrel with tentacles at either end. It's a round shape with these strange tentacles and wings folded. It's, as best you can tell, it looks like somebody's lobbed some sort of strange whiskey effigy across the sky. It's peculiar, and as you look up, you see more of these in the sky. It's very peculiar. I think you're all quite rattled at this point as you're watching these dark shadows appearing on the sky. Could I get you all to make another insight roll, please?
Ooh, fail it.
Oh,
We all?
Oh,
yep. We're all failing it.
I already had one insight, right? With the
Yeah.
5 that I had.
So you have to roll.
oh.
A 1?
You have to roll a 1 or a 2.
did.
You have to roll
I
1
rolled a
to
1.
keep. Yeah, you have to roll under your.
I rolled exactly my insight.
You keep your cool. You keep
He's
your
gonna
cool.
scream at the camera.
Yeah.
We started at 1 insight, right?
You started at 1. You have to roll equal.
Oh, you have a standard 1 insight.
Yeah, 1 start. Everybody starts at 1. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so I'm
did I
you're
already
okay with
have
1.
Another one with that last roll, the 5.
Oh, you got 1, so you're at 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now.
Well, I got this the right way. Oh my goodness. Right. Anyway, so we're rolling, and we'll sort this out in just a second. But what we're going to do is, as you're watching this, the smoke begins to fill up in the. It begins to fill up around the glass, around the door that you walked
How are
into.
we're not the only ones in the courtyard, right? How are
No,
other
you're not the
people
only.
reacting to this?
Yeah. There's other people. Exactly right. They're pointing up into the sky, and they're feel unsettled. They're pointing at the smoke that's beginning to come around on the inside of the smoke that's coming around the glass front at the beginning. And it's all. People are very much they're very much unhappy with the situation. You hear people talking unhappily. There's some people like beginning to just feel a bit, and some people are trying to get back in. They're trying to walk back in, but there's just 2 security guards that are standing on the inside of the door at the smoke, and they're stopping people coming back in the door that you came in from. And as you're watching these people try to get back inside, the smoke fills up, and you watch as one of the security guards on the inside where you've come from, a hand reaches out from the smoke and grabs the security guard and hauls him. And you see the other one try and grab hold of him and jump in, and the smoke then just fills up against the glass.
Are there any other ways out of this courtyard?
Yeah, you're looking around. There are doors. There are doors to either cardinal point.
I think those guards need our help. They might be choking in the smoke.
I immediately go into getting kids into safety mode and try to be a help and guide everyone out.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm metagaming here. I don't like standing in the open in a silent storm with peculiar things flying around in the sky.
Yeah.
I'm going to... So the doors we came through that are now filled with smoke are to the north. I'm going to head towards the southern doors of the courtyard.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get everyone there as well.
You're shouting to the door, and then so when you get there, there's lights above the door, and you push the door, and they're locked. So you're trying to rattle this door. It's in a stone wall, and you try to rattle the door, and it's locked. It's closed. It's not letting you in. You're in the courtyard around the stones, and as you're rattling the stones, getting a little bit stressed. Rattling the doors, getting a little bit stressed, trying to get out. And all these people are also similarly. There's a group of a big group of people all around you. They're all they're going to the other doors, trying them. As you're doing that, you hear, over here, somebody shouting, over here, over here, over here, and they're shouting about the door to the east.
I immediately run that way.
Yeah, so and there's a security guard that you saw, assume, and he's pulling a body down to the door, and he's opening the door from the inside, and he opens up the door and he walks out and he says, "Somebody help, please! Is there anybody here who knows first aid? It's just..."
I run up to him.
Me too.
What's the matter? Who needs help?
Look! And he turns him over, and the body that's there that you see is the same as the old man that you saw. His body is just withdrawn. So this is a younger man, so for somebody to have lost this, their features are all ridged, they're all body, their arms are all their hands, their fingers are withered down to bone. There's so little muscle left on them. I think anybody who sees his body should also make an insight check as you are presented.
Did he come out of the east door?
He came out of the east door, yeah. The east door. So he circled down from the north door.
So I see it.
Yeah.
Croy, I don't know if you've seen it in the chat, but Roll20 on the stream is frozen.
Ah, hang on. There we go. There you are. Now you've seen the rolls. Excellent.
So I rolled a 6.
I rolled a
Excellent.
5.
Right, if you've rolled over your if you've got higher than your insight, then add 1 to your insight and roleplay your fear.
So a 6 isn't like bad then.
Not for this. I mean, you're not investigating anything.
Okay.
You're just basically responding to something. So yeah, you're basically building up you're building it up. Excellent.
With the old guy, I was like, yeah, he is already old, so okay. When I saw this, I was like, oh, how could he be old in just a few minutes?
I'm actually, my fear is manifesting itself by like trying to wake up. Like, this is real. This can't be real. This can't be real. I'm like
with the VR glasses,
trying to take off a VR headset.
Yeah. Now, in this one, definitely give me an insight roll. And this is you investigating something.
Oh no. Okay. So
this
just
is
insight?
Yeah, just insight again. Yeah. You definitely don't think, you are absolutely certain something like this is, maybe you're dreaming. You don't. It's not right. It's something peculiar, and that feeling is compounded as you look through the glass. You see out to the other side of this. The courtyard takes up quite a significant circumference of this part of the island, and you look out over the glass on the other side through the door, through the glass at the side of the door, and a lightning bolt strikes down and hits a tree on the other side of the outside of the building, and you're looking out over this and you see this tree suddenly light up. And again, anybody else who's there who isn't staring down at the body, what you'll see at this point is the tree suddenly it begins to transform into a shadow that your imagination is completely kind of running riot at this point, because you're thinking about all these things being wrong. But what happens is the tree, the tendrils, it's an old worn tree being beaten by the storms of the years, and the branch, the root lifts up, and it turns into a tendril, and it looks like it whips towards you, and it looks like in that flash of the lightning, it looks like it takes a step and tries to move towards the building. I think having seen that, another insight roll from anybody who saw that would be very useful.
Man, you are giving us a lot of insight rolls early on.
I rolled under my insight last time, so I think Frank is still checking out.
I blink and I rub my eyes. I'm like, it's just the play of light, the lightning on the form of the tree. It's fine. It's not real.
I'm
it's all
rolling
right.
exactly my insight, so
yeah, you're fine. Yep.
I also am like lights playing tricks on me. Nothing wrong.
With that lightning, behind you hear a scream.
I gotta look.
Yeah, behind you hear a scream, and there's somebody at the stones, and it's a man, and he's screaming. He runs out from the stones, and he's just shouting, "Oh, we have to get out of here! We have to get out of here!" And he's like running, and he runs past you into the door, and then he runs into the smoke to the left as the smoke is beginning to come down and filter out through the door that you've got open.
Oh, the smoke is coming, like it's coming around?
Yeah, it's coming around this.
We gotta go, guys. This doorway is about to be cut off.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I'm trying to see if I have any symptoms, if Frank has weird wrinkles or something on his skin.
Yes.
Maybe contagious, maybe.
Professional investigation. Give us 2d6.
There's not 2 ones this time.
There you go. As you put your hand behind your neck and your ear, you feel that your skin is hardening. I'd like you to make an insight roll as you do that. You discover that your skin is beginning to almost solidify.
So 3 is my insight.
Yeah, so you're okay.
Guys, I think something's wrong with me.
What?
Something on my skin. Yeah, we gotta get away from the smoke. They shut the door if possible.
I'm gonna take a look at his skin in the place. He can only feel it, so I'm gonna take a look. Do I see anything?
Yeah. It's like solid. The veins look like they're brown almost rather than blue. In this light, it's hard to tell because it's purple light that's coming down off the clouds. And yeah, it looks like the back of his neck.
I'll take my phone and put on the light just to see it normal.
Oh, I think we need an insight roll from you at this point because you're looking at something that just shouldn't be. Wow.
What is it, Mickey? Is it a bite?
Oh no.
It's not midges, that's for sure.
I rolled a 5, so I'm getting another insight.
Yeah, add 1. Anybody else who's checking themselves?
Oh yeah.
I'm not. I'm trying to
I'm
wave
not
people
checking
out
myself.
the door.
I'm not checking
Come
myself.
on, people,
I'm checking
this way.
He's pulled out like a little compact and is just there like it's got like a little stream of ring lights around the outside, so it like shows up as well.
Yeah, B, you can you see it on the back of your neck, on your ear. Your skin has just gone hard. It's like it's almost like birchwood or something. It's just so I'd like you to do an insight check as well, please.
And as soon as I saw it, and I'm getting scared, I'm like, for Frank, could you check mine, please?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I've seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
That's equal to B, so she's actually going to be alright. She's fairly calm about it. She's like, I've got some body oil here, and she like pulls out a little like thing of serum and is just like dropping it onto there to try and soften it back up again. Anyone else want some? It's got vitamin E and grapefruit in it.
Mickey, Frank, yeah, you're looking at this. Mickey, yours actually it starts and it goes down your spine. As Frank's examining you, he says it goes down below the shirt, and you can feel it growing in the back of your head when you touch it. So I'd like you to do another. Yeah, you've done that. Another insight check if you haven't already for that particular malady.
What the hell is going on here?
Seriously, this stuff is a miracle cure, and she like forces the bottle towards you.
At this point, Frank is accepting it.
Yeah. So you're.
Should I roll for insight or Mickey?
No, I mean no. At this point, no, because you're seeing this. You've seen it, like you say. This is something you've recognised a symptom. But Frank, you're definitely it's definitely happening. At this point, you hear more screams from the people that are around the stones, and you turn around and you see that the stones have turned a kind of purpley colour, kind of like the way that the light of the sky has turned purple. And you're looking at this, and you're going to I take it you're crossing over to the west door now, or are you going out the east door? What's your plan?
I'm going out the east door and turning to the south and going.
Yep.
I follow Craig. He seems like he knows where he's going.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who are doing the same as with you. You're running in a crowd, and as you do that, you feel a warmth at your back as fire emanates from the hall, and probably casts a kind of warm air blast down the corridor that you're in, and you quickly turn around, look over your shoulder as you're running, and you can see the telltale signs of an orange glow behind you.
I'm just running out.
Where are the docks?
Yeah, to the south.
Oh, well, that's handy.
Yeah, so you run to the part of the island where the docks are, and you're running. And in order to get down to the docks, you have to exit the building. Now there's security guards there, and they're letting people out, so it's not a problem to get out. They're not insisting that you stay in. They want people away from the building so that you get free. So they instruct you to get down to docks, follow the path, and as you're running down the path towards the south of the island where the docks are, the lights that are surrounding the path go out, and you're running in the dark. This strange purple light, and again, now that you're outside, anybody who hasn't already, could you please roll a perception check as you are running through a storm that makes no noise?
So normal D6.
Yes. And if it's more than your current insight, could you please add 1?
Oh no.
And if anybody...
that's me again.
Okay, I'm safe.
I'm at 4 now.
Excellent.
I am at 5.
Excellent. Okay, so you're running down this path towards the dock building that you see that you walked up from, and you feel a whip against your leg, and you keep running, and as you do, the path seems to be overrun by. Maybe you've gone off the path. It's like the ferns that you see growing. The green fronds of the ferns, and as you're running, you feel, and something flicks around your ankles. Now, who was running at the front? I wonder. Who's fastest? Yes.
Probably me.
This, as you turn round, you've tried to run and break it off, but you can't. Another one flicks round and catches you again, and you've now got about 4 of these things grabbing onto your ankles. You look down and you're grabbing at these things, trying to rip them off. The rest of you come up and you help. I assume you don't just run past them, or maybe you do. But could I get another insight roll from you, please, to see what happens?
All of us? Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm at 5 inside.
I'm okay.
Oh, no.
Excellent.
I'm at 5
Keeping
too.
it together.
Excellent. You managed to
go together, Volpe.
You managed to pull yourself free, and you run down to the docks, and you get into the dock building, and as you're doing that, the building itself that you see, you know that there's a small key to get onto and off the boats, and as you get there, you see one of the super yachts that was bringing people in is just smashed up against the side of this stone jetty going out into the water. and you can see bodies floating in the water where people have drowned. This is people screaming. The waves that are crashing are not making any sound. Could I get another insight check from you, please, as you look at this horrendous scene of these bodies floating up?
Just not a 6. Okay.
Oh, hey,
no.
there's a 6 for me.
Yes! Perfect.
I'm safe for now.
Yes.
What? How were you able to lower it again?
Destroy the thing that makes you scared. However, we've reached a good point for a break, and we've also reached a very important part of the story.
Uh-oh. Cliffhanger or whatever thing that is pulling us up hanger.
Emil, you open your eyes and you are in a dark room.
Okay.
Connected to you are wires of some description, electrodes, perhaps. Your memory's a bit fuzzy at this point. You are lying on a gel bed. On your head, you can feel that there are items connecting you to something. In your you have a drip type thing in your wrist. You try to focus. Emil, you have just had one hell of an experience, but bloody hell, are you disorientated? Emil, could I get you, as you wake up into this strange room with this orange glow around you, could I get you to make an insight roll, please, Emil?
Yes.
It was a lot, and it was amazing, and it was fantastic, and you perhaps would have hoped for some better ending than looking at a whole bunch of bodies floating about in the stormy seas. But wow, my goodness, Callanish 2.0? Oh, what a trip, man. You cannot wait to get back in, but maybe not straight away. And you look around and you see Lavi lying, you see Lester lying there, you see Dave lying there, and Ren, all of you in a circle, facing with your feet into each other, and you just blink for a little bit as you try and take it all in, and we'll take a break there just for 10 minutes, and we'll be back with the second chapter of this adventure in Callanish. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in the second chapter of this tale, where our excitable and plucky investigators have actually discovered that they've been part of the story. They've been playing the game. They've been playing Callanish 2.0, which, looking around the room with everybody's names, which I'm going to quickly update. You're all in your second characters, guys, and you're all in a new space, a new room. It's dark. There's low level lighting. There's central columns behind you with computers above you, kind of like what Brian's background's like a little bit, actually, sort of that sort of thing, with wires hanging down and connecting. Only 2 of you are currently aware of this, and the 2 of you that are currently aware are Emil and Lavi Reese. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've been enjoying this adventure. You've had a slightly separate. You originally joined you wanted to do the adventure with these guys, and you wanted to go into the Callanish story with them, but you got diverted off into in a different part of the story. But you were still in, and you saw you saw the smoke, the fire, you saw the dead body, but you didn't quite connect it. Maybe it's just a glitch in the software or something. Who knows? Yeah. But you wake up. You've been awake for about a minute or so. And so you're just there looking kind of out and about, and you've had this intense adventure as well. Now, have you rolled a d6 yet for your insight as you've come back into this world? Okay. Yes. Could I get an insight check for Lavi, please?
A d6.
There you go. You're fine with it. This is just normal. This is normal gaming, right? This is how it rolls. This is kind of deep dive stuff. That's no problem for you.
They put a lot of effort into this. This is very realistic.
Yeah, and so you're saying that, and at that point, Emil, you hear that voice that you recognise. It's Lavi. She's next to you in one of the bays.
I look over. Oh, were you in there too? Which character were you? I didn't even know who I was. That's crazy.
Yeah, I got I don't know if it was the last pick of the draw, but I was playing some type of investor or something. She was all prim and proper. Had her nose in the air.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was some kind of influencer. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I don't know that I go for all this horror nonsense, but it was impressive. The technology is amazing.
And
a little scary.
I think it's a tad too realistic for my tastes. But nah, this is just a demo. Just demo, right? So it's still not completely finished yet. They still got to put some more, got to iron out a few kinks. That's what we're here for. And I think she's just kind of scanning around.
Can we disconnect ourselves, or?
Yeah, you can disconnect yourself if you want to, but on one of the panels next to you, it's it says, would you like to re-enter? Would you like to try again? Would you like to go back in?
Love to see more.
Yeah. So you've got the options. You can disconnect yourself. It's totally fine. That's not a problem. You've been told how to disconnect safely, and you know that a staff member will be along momentarily. But it's up to you as to whether or not you continue or whether you stop and do something else. So yeah.
I think I'm more interested in waiting to see how when the other players come out, what their thoughts are before I decide on, or even with Lavi jumping in and maybe disrupting any group dynamic even more.
You saw that body, right? That was way weird. Way weird.
Well, I mean, You know, I've seen horror movies that are very similar. It's impressive. I'm more concerned, honestly, with this technology. The fact that they could completely subsume my personality, and I did not know I was me playing a character. That's probably the most frightening thing to me here.
Yeah. I know they said that this was supposed to be like a really cool game and super submersive, but this is why I tend to stay away from VR games. This is exactly it, because when does that bleed? When does it stop? Everything just starts to meld together. That body looked way too real, but it was in a game, so it couldn't have been. Right?
Well, of course not. It was programmed.
Yeah, and it strikes you that the recent advances in artificial intelligence that have been able to pull together these things, the brain connect interfaces that have been developed by companies like Valve, like Microsoft, all these companies that exist that are looking into this. Yeah, it's just beyond. It's further on than you imagined it could be. You were a bit skeptical maybe going into this, but this is where it's got to. And you continue to have that discussion as you kind of lie there, just thinking about some of the experiences. Meanwhile, if we can just quickly jump back in to Callanish 2.0. Where we still have B, Mickey, and Frank.
What happens to Craig?
I don't know, man. He just disappeared.
No, what happens to you guys is that as you're looking at this boat that's crashed up in these bodies floating in the quay, a giant wave smashes up against the side of the dock where you're standing and begins to. I'd like to do yeah, it rolls over you and totally soaks you and chills you to the bone, and you feel absolutely freezing. And as you do that, you look around and you can't see where your friends are. You don't know where they've gone. They've just like you shout out for each other. And you don't know where they are, and you're looking around going, where are they? What's happened? Where are they? What's happened? And then, so yeah, tell me, what do you do at that point? Is that another insight check from you guys as you get worried about your friends being washed out to sea?
I think, yeah.
Absolutely.
What could go wrong?
Oh no!
Yep, I'm insane.
There you go.
I'm going incurably insane.
Yep, that's a 6 insight.
Excellent. So yeah, you at that point the waves crash over and the waves take you as well, and you also experience that waking up. So you now have moved on from sitting in the shoes of Mickey to being Lester Young, and Lester. Could I get Lester, please, to make an insight check as you wake up from this and you hear voices that you recognise, but you're still kind of coming back and trying to associate yourself. It's been a wild ride.
I'm getting an insight now two insight.
Yeah, 2 insight there. Yeah, so you're looking around. You hear, and you take the time to. We'll give you a bit of time to come back while we deal with Beatrix. And Frank standing on the quayside along with other people who have now lost their friends, and you're looking around.
Frank is at 6 insight also.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh! Yeah. Excellent! All right.
I think B
Brilliant.
is alone.
Yes! Excellent. So Frank...
we are going out together every time.
Yeah.
So Frank, you regain yourself as Dave Mitchell, and you're lying on this bed, this gel bed, and you're looking up, and you hear the voices of Lavi and of Emil talking, but it doesn't quite filter through. So could I get you to make another insight roll. But this time, could you make that from Dave's perspective, please?
Yes, and I drop my insight to 1 for Dave.
Yeah. Yep.
And now it's 2.
Yeah, that was a wild ride. That was a wild ride. Okay, B.
So
You're
now I've so far.
the waves crash over. They smash over you as the waves begin to lift up and the water draws back from the shore. And you see a giant meniscus forming in the waves. And there's people screaming, "Tie the wave! Tie the wave! Get back from the shore! Tie the wave!" And you can, because you know all the warnings. And the water draws back, and you see it drawing up into a massive meniscus of water, and then the water just crashes away. And staring right down at you at this point is the face of an elder god. Cthulhu has stepped up and out himself, and you are a tiny being with many tiny beings standing as this ginormous tentacled faced being reaches and red eyes gaze down upon you with the purple sky behind you and the lightning flying. Could I get you to make another insight check, please?
Okay.
Wait, wrong.
I will do that.
Wrong crustacean.
Yay! 5. The interesting thing about this is that I think that Bee probably wouldn't have been paying that much attention even while they were shouting. She would have been trying to get all the salt water out of her camera and her hair, primarily. Because she has quite long hair, and it's really annoying and heavy when it's wet. So she probably would have and then just looked up and seen this elder god and just been completely freaked out.
Yeah. And at this point, it reaches forward and takes a step onto the land and swipes one of its arms, whatever appendages, towards you, and you just get blanked right out.
Yeah.
You're just dead. What happens after that, you don't know. So you two, you wake up in this bed as Ren Landon. And could I please get an insight check from Ren as you wake up in this? Yeah, you're fine with it. That's just games, man.
Knowing what I know about Ren, I think she'd just be like, oh god, what a thoroughly unlikable person, and just be happy to be out of that headspace.
Totally unlikable.
Yeah. Okay. So variously now you're all back with your new your real selves. Your what in game terms is your second character, but from the story perspective, you're back in your place. You're all lying on these gel beds. You feel comfortable. Like some of you maybe a little bit sweaty through just having what you've been through, but for those of you that were fine with it, that's it. It's just another day. And so yeah, you're chatting and talking and variously. So yeah, what are you going to do? What's the consensus in the group?
That was sick. Scary, but still sick. We were like in a theater, in a sense. Just amazing.
I think it's after you say that, there's this loud sound of skin that's being peeled off of something. Like when you're sitting on a hot leather seat in shorts and you stand up. It's just getting out of that bed, and Lavi just crawls out and goes, A on the graphics. Too scary for me in the real. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. Where's the exit?
Agreed. Certainly not my chosen form of
What?
game, but
Yeah,
they've got my
no.
money. That's for sure.
If these are the
How-
games that I get demos of, I don't want any of them anymore.
quick
Maybe I
question.
should rethink my entire career.
Is it still Lachlan Stewart who is the head of Callanish?
Oh, good question.
Okay, so yeah, Lachlan has my money. I'm assuming Emil is like pretty close friends with him. Emil is loaded. So like he's like, I'm definitely putting money behind this. But I will be ordering more pleasant experiences.
I'm wondering how you want to put music in this game, but yeah, I want to sing the songs for this game. Yes, please.
Dave is checking his neck. Is the neck all right?
Yeah, totally fine.
So
Y'all
Scoon,
get like
your
games
character is
about
a
like
musician.
puppies or something.
Yeah, this character is a singer, trying to
Yeah, so
become
I'm
a
like-
really big singer.
Imagine doing entire real life concerts for people. You can reach people across the globe simultaneously
In VR.
in VR, and to them, it would be as real. Think about how real that was to you. Did anyone else even have any idea they were playing a game? I didn't.
No.
That's actually a really good idea. That would be fun. Or like puppies. Like having a pet, like putting me in a VR pet shop. That would be fun. Where I can play with all the puppies and all the kitties and not see whatever the hell happened in there.
I could have an actual rock and roll lifestyle without the consequences.
Okay, if that's what you got from it, sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Okay.
So yeah, I'm unhooking myself and maybe not
Same.
quite as quickly as having like pulling myself off of the bed.
Yeah, this is gross. I'm all hot and sticky and nasty, and I didn't sign up for this crap.
Yeah, Emil probably broke a sweat as well because he was not. It was a crazy ride for him too.
My therapist.
To be
is gonna have
honest,
a field day next time.
Those creatures that were flying above us, they would be awesome for a album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever they
I
got
think
to
we
work
had
on
two
the
totally
art for
different
that, it's pretty good.
experiences.
Do you need a graphic designer for that?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I do.
Might know
So-
somebody.
Has anyone come to check on us? Like, were we being monitored? Does somebody know that we're out of the simulation?
Well, we
Yeah,
had a
you-
lot of wires and stuff on us, so I
Right.
would say yeah.
Yeah, so you've picked yourself variously. You put the supplied plaster over your arm where the drip was. Who knows what you signed up for? What did you sign up for?
Human centipede? No.
That's interesting. You tried
This
to
was all
remember.
just for the game, right?
Yeah. You signed up for a game. That's right. Nobody's come. No, you've been up and awake. Some of you for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Nobody's come.
Something like that.
How are there any indications on any of the screens, like how long we were under? If we had drips,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You look around at the screen, and it says 2 days, like
Yo.
45
what?
45 hours.
What?
okay. That's,
We were in there
Yeah.
for. So, the 2 days in that VR world were 2 actual real life 2 days?
I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Hey, maybe there are other games here. Can we switch the game? Maybe we can find one with kittens and puppies. And
Every single.
Yeah, is there any way to access the operating system for the computers?
And you press a few buttons, but there doesn't seem to be any access beyond the report and the diagnostics and statistics of your game and some of the stats that things that you achieved and just it's offering you, would you like to have footage sent to you, that kind of thing? Would you like to have your
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, no, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, the musical, the game?
No. The lights are still pretty low in here. The low level lighting is just the only lighting other than your screens is above the door.
And was it just the 5 of us hooked up in here?
Yeah, in this one room. Yeah, you're not. Wait, you try to think about. Was there other people? You're not actually too sure. You can't quite remember if there was other people. It's probably just an after effect of.
Yeah. Well, I grabbed my suit jacket and put it on and walk over to the door and try the door.
Out of character, I'm getting really high Fallout Vault vibes. Social experiment and all.
Yeah, so you open the door. You open the door, right? That's what you do. And as you open the door, you bring yourself out into this corridor. Now, hopefully, you can all see that.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow.
Let me jump in
Great.
chat.
Okay, so
Give me a
this
second
is
here.
odd.
So, yeah, that doesn't look normal to us, right?
Yeah, this is heavy Fallout vibes.
Fallout or Portal. That suddenly there's going to be a big cake and the cake is a lie.
I pull my very expensive high-end phone out of my suit pocket. I assume it's still there.
Yeah.
Am I getting a signal?
Does your phone still have charge after 2 days of non-use?
That's a good point too. Well, I mean, it's high end, and I probably have it in
it's new.
sleep mode. Yeah,
It's new.
Battery
Yeah.
life, yeah.
That'll be
wasn't
alright.
using it.
Yeah, you've got a phone, and there looks like the signal on it.
Okay. I mean, nobody called. I was just checking my phone out of habit. Does this hallway ring any bells? Do I remember this? Like, what do I remember about before going into the game?
You try to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll me insight, please? Because you're really trying to.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're getting frustrated that you can't seem to recall some of the basic things that you think you should be able to recall. You're getting just frustrated that you can't remember these things. Your thoughts are still jumbled thoughts, not the sharp, precise business thinking that you're used to. It's probably just sitting down. Yeah, that's probably all it needs. You just need to sit down, right?
All right, so I go to the next door in the hallway, wherever it may be, and I try to open it.
Yeah. And you walk forward to the next door and open the door, and you look inside, and in that room there's a central column with machines, people lying in beds of identical to what you were on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
Does it look like these people are alive?
Do you go in?
I would say yeah.
Okay. So you walk into this first room and you look down and you look at the screen. The screen is showing vital signs. And it's also on the screen some really strange looking figures. Numbers? No. Why are they swimming in your eyes? Why can't you focus on what they are? You try to swim. Can I get an insight roll from you, please, as you try and make sense of these figures on the screen? Oh, it's your brains just aren't. Yeah, Emil, you seem to be okay with it, but
I'm getting another inside roll of insight point.
yeah, and you're looking at these screens. Emil, you look at this and it's like nothing you've seen before. This code, this language is not normal. It's shifting in front of your screen. It's not doing what normal writing does. It's not. Yeah, but you can't parse it. Maybe it's just some new code. Maybe this is part of the code that's running this game, right? Maybe it's just something.
Right.
Anyway, you look at it, but these people all seem to be breathing. They're all, as you walk around the beds with them all on. Yeah, they seem to be all breathing. You can hear the sounds. You can see their chests rising and falling.
As Dave looks at these people, and I think he checks a pulse on one of them, a thought crosses his mind. Does he retain any knowledge from Frank, from the game? Like medical knowledge? He tries to think back to Frank.
Oh,
Yeah, and he tries to
Yeah.
tries to figure out like how fake that personality was.
This kind of starts to sound like Assassin's Creed's bleeding effect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting this kind of your retention of this memory, and you try and think back of what you were able to know, what the knowledge that you were able to come up with, the knowledge that you knew when you were Frank. Give me a D6. This isn't insight at this point. This is just a regular roll, just as you try and recover. Yeah. You've got a vague idea that if you pushed yourself, maybe you could. You sense that there's still vestiges there, just knowledge. It seems to be a lot easier to remember that than it does trying to remember what it is you really do.
I don't trust this not one bit.
It's definitely
No.
creepy vibes.
This is really weird.
Emil hurriedly walks out of the room and walks to the next available door and opens that as well.
Y'all keep looking in all these other places except for an exit. What are we trying to investigate?
That's what
here?
Emil is doing. He's trying to find a way out.
Yeah. Same thing. Another batch
room.
of people. Another room. Same
Batch
thing.
of people.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep opening doors until he finds something different. He's not even looking
Maggie's
at them.
gonna
He's
start
not
doing the
going
same
in.
thing too, I guess,
He
at
is
this
starting to
point in
lose his
time.
mind a little bit, but he's
Emil,
not.
I think
isn't
when you
it
say
smarter to just take the door at the end of the hallway instead of on the sides? Most of the time, that's the exit.
you're walking down these things. Yeah, you say you're losing your mind there. I think that's definitely an insight roll right there,
Yep.
isn't it? I mean, that's.
I don't know how high your insight is, but
I think that's another. I think that's over 3, isn't it?
No, he's still okay with it.
Oh, he's still okay with it, right? So you're doing this.
Oh,
you're running down.
No. It's if you're over, you're fine, right?
No, if you're
If you're over, it's
equal
bad.
or
if you're over, it's bad. Yeah.
Over is bad. What did
Yeah,
I roll?
yeah. A
A
4.
4? No, he's not okay. That's
not
another
okay with
point
it.
gone.
Yeah. Yes. So you're
Another point gained, I guess.
yeah, you're doing this. You're running down doors, and you go, no.
Yeah, flinging doors open at this point, and if he sees the same thing, he just moves on to the next one and flings the next door open.
And it's
Swinging profusely.
Yeah.
The material of the doors and the walls, is this just normal stone or?
Oh, it's funny that you should ask about that. Isn't that funny that you should ask about that as you're looking at the stones?
Because I'm looking at this picture and I would almost say it's wood, but kind of not. So I want to know what material it is.
Yeah, you look down, and as you do that, maybe it's the effect of those glyphs that were running across your eyes. Maybe it's or something. But the floor begins to swim with shadows. This is like when somebody casts Pass Without a Trace in Dungeons and Dragons, and the shadows reach up to help you hide. It's that effect. Your eyes are swimming. The floor looks almost like it's got these shadowy tendrils moving across it and vibrating. This is definitely not right. I think we need another insight roll from you at this point in time as we see this
is gonna go bad.
This strangeness.
My inside rolls have been so good this entire day, so I'm okay with it apparently.
Yeah, you're just tired, right? Or maybe, yeah, it's fine.
But still, it's weird.
Yeah, it really is. And you look at this, and then so you kind of watching it. You look at it again, and you stare at it again, and it just seems to dissipate. And you focus on what the material is, and it looks like it's. It looks like it's some sort of strange, almost porous rock, like the kind that gets waterlogged.
Soapstone.
It's got like you can see that as you examine it more closely. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just the shadows of the water playing tricks on you. But it looks like it's got these veins of bubbles that drip down. It looks kind of wet, moist. Yeah.
I'm feeling
Wamus.
Any of you ever seen this kind of stone?
I look like I'd be outside in nature. Ugh.
I mean, maybe in games, not movies.
Well, didn't we just get out of the game?
Did we?
Oh.
Oh no, please don't say this is
Yeah,
game
no,
inside a game
please.
inside a game or something like that.
What is this gameception? I don't know. I'm getting the hell out of here, and I'm gonna dart
with
to
you.
the door at the very end of the hallway, like opposite of the one we came into.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and you run out, and as you get out of the door,
Don't,
you see
don't
a city.
tell me the door's going back as soon as I can get closer.
You see a seascape, Atlantic Sea. You see an old church. You see an island, and you see a rather modern-looking stone campus, much like the type of building that you just came from in the game, except much smaller, on a much smaller scale. It doesn't take the whole island over. It's just a small part of it. There's an old church, a very old church, and there's a standing stone that you see just far away from you. However, that's all quite normal to when you look up into the sky, and it's bright orange. Flat, bright orange. I'd like you to make an insight check.
Close the door.
Too late, we already have to make an inside check.
Oh yeah, I know immediately. Let's see, 2.
4, so I'm getting another point of insight.
I'm at 5.
Oh, nice. I'm still at
Wait, so quick question: if you get, wait,
You want to
How do
roll
you-
under
how do
your
you
current
count?
insight.
If you roll higher than the points of insight you have, you get another point.
how do I count my points of insight?
on your
Was that what I
character
first
sheet.
rolled when I?
So you
You
get
always start with 1.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got.
I got a 1 the first insight roll I made,
Yeah.
That's okay.
and then this second one was a 2.
Yeah. So that gives you. So yeah.
Another one. Another insight point.
Another insight point on that one.
Okay.
And now you've rolled a 2, so now you're okay.
You're okay on this one, yeah. So it's the
Okay.
same and equal to, yeah. So we're
Gotcha.
starting you off all.
Okay.
So if you had failed that first roll, you'd have gone to 2. Starting you all off with 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she sees that the sky and all of it and immediately closes it. It's like, nope, absolutely not, and then turns and just walks like, nope, that's not happening today. No sirree, Bob. This can go straight to hell. No, thank you. Like,
I'm also like, this is some strange shit.
nope, absolutely not.
Can Ren be looking around, kind of like almost looking to see if there's like a pattern repeating? Like, you know how like in games, how sometimes when they reuse assets or they use, there's kind of like that, you can kind of see that.
Yes.
Oh, like every Call of Duty game.
Yeah, or there's that set of rock that's always just the same formation, the 3 bits next to each other. And are you doing that inside or outside? Or both?
Kind of both. And I think
Okay.
probably because it would be within her occupational expertise, I can roll an extra d6 on top of that. Because she's a graphic.
Yes, go for it. Yeah, graphic designer, so you're used to tiling things. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so get 2. Yeah, okay. When you're inside and you're just looking at the repetition, there is obviously at some point been a kind of stamp placed across the hallway with all the rooms being uniform. Outside though, it looks, apart from the sky, which should have texture in it, it should have clouds, it doesn't, it's just flat sheet orange. You walk out a little bit further and you're looking around at the grass and the ferns, and it's when you look at the sea. It's when you look at the sea and the structure of the sea just doesn't fit. It doesn't quite work. It doesn't quite hit the way that the waves should flow. It just looks, and then you watch as some of the waves start going backwards. I'd like you to make an insight check, please, as you're searching into this. Yeah, the waves start turning
Make sure and point it out to
backwards
everyone.
and then forward, and then backwards, and then forward. They're not doing what waves should do. They're broke. They're almost like they're glitched, and they're repeating themselves.
Well, water is always one of the hardest things to program, so.
I'm going to check some of the people that are still hooked up. I'm going to look closer at their faces. Are they more of us? Or
No.
are they different people?
They are different
Okay.
people, different sizes, different shapes, different
Do I remember
heights,
any faces that I saw from while we were inside? The old man, maybe even Lachlan, just going through and looking at people?
just roll a d6. Let's see how you do.
Okay.
We didn't even look like our characters, so.
Yeah, you do a good check of the ones that you're looking at, and you don't see anybody that you recognise,
Okay.
and you're sure of it.
Sorry.
While we are back inside, I still keep looking at the floor, and do I still see those shadows move? Not anymore.
Volba, you were.
Yeah, is there a way to check what game they're playing? Like, is it the same horror game? I think Dave just tries to push some buttons, or check some monitors, or do something with electronics.
Yeah. Well, give me a D6 roll for that. But if it's within your technical expertise to be mucking about with screens and stuff, then put in an extra.
I don't think it would be expertise. I do want to risk my insanity, though.
Oh, you're going to push it with an extra die from
So
do it.
This is human. This is not human.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. You managed to work your way around the navigation of this, avoiding some of the more peculiar phrases and turns that you just don't understand as you're playing with this. You're looking at these figures and you see them moving across. There's something not right about this. You're investigating this, but there's something definitely not right. And you try and push past it, and you see that as you click through onto this screen of this particular bay that you're looking at, it says Mythos version 28.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna look around in this corridor because in every room there are machines, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I see cables going outside of the rooms.
Oh.
To a central point.
Yes. Okay. Very quickly, for Dave, as you're filching about with these computer screens, the text that you see is just so peculiar. You've never seen anything like this. It is quite astoundingly odd and peculiar and unsettling as the words jump off the screen into you, and you're just kind of looking at this and you're trying to ignore it, and you're looking at stuff you can't understand, and you're looking I think you're feeling a bit, I reckon you're in a bit of a fuzz as you're spending so much time around these words on the screen. I think an insight check for you for that would be in order, as you're willingly going into that and delving deeper and deeper.
I accidentally rolled 2 of them, so it's 4. And I'm at 3 insight now.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, this is affecting you in which way it was. Okay, so Lester, you're hunting around for this and you're looking for these cables. Just give me a D6. Let's see how you do.
Normal D6. 5.
Yes. You find cables, and you look up and you see ducting, and there's a couple of bits where the ducting's broken, and you see very thick cables leading outside. And you quickly look outside in the door, and you see the cable, and it looks like there are markers for it. You see it going down the side of the building into the ground, and then there's markers, waypoint, and the cable is leading to the church.
So at that point, I'm already heading that way. This isn't right. I need to get out of this place. As I'm heading towards the church, which I assume is closer than the other structure.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm looking, like, do I see docks? Do I see what I assume would be my yacht waiting for me? Or do I just see the church, the standing stone, the structure, and the orange sky, which is not okay.
And the crappy sea as well.
Yeah. I'm not looking too closely at the sea. I can't say that. Maybe I do. Maybe I look and I notice it, but like...
You're not... Yeah, you're walking towards the church.
You don't care. You have money.
You're walking towards the church. What are the rest of you doing?
I see him walk past me, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I call the rest guys. Guys, I think we need to check out the church because all these cables, they are heading towards the church.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if any of this is real. And I try and point out the repeating stuff that's visible to us.
I'm hoping I'm not within earshot of that because I'm already thinking that.
Yeah, but
And I feel like if I hear someone else say it, I'm going to have to make another roll.
Yeah. So
Be quiet.
anybody who checks out what is being said at this point, anything that Ren says, if anybody's listening to Ren and kind of goes, what do you mean? And then you look at the sea and you watch as this improbable wave formation is just going by. It's like it's stuck on a loop. It's just doesn't. That's not how sea works. You all know that. So anybody who thinks as you're staring at that sea, give me an insight check.
Very good, very good.
I'm safe.
I'm safe as well.
I'm at 4 insight.
Then you're safe.
I am trying very hard not to look at the ocean. Let's see what happens.
How much do you have?
I'm at 5, so I'm okay.
Okay,
barely.
you're okay.
Oh.
But you're
I'm able to
hanging.
maintain my focus on the church.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lavi has been tiptoeing back over to the room in which they came, since all of these are others. Maybe there's another exit on the opposite side of it.
Go in the
That we
opposite
didn't look
direction.
through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and yeah, you as you're kind of walking through there, you see a door leading outside, and I guess that's what you're aiming for, right? And you open the door, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sure.
And you look outside, and you see a church, a standing stone, an orange sky
Oh, what the fuck? Slams the door.
with water, and
Does she see Emil walking
Yep.
towards it?
yep.
Nice.
And you see Emil walking down towards the church. I think another insight roll at that point might be required as you take off.
Yeah.
Every exit has the same.
5. Ooh.
Yes.
You are at.
Oh, I'm at 3 now. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You
You know the definition of insanity?
Yeah, doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. I understand that.
Seeing the
I just
same
thought
show.
that maybe I was tripping at that door. I'd seen a lot. I was going through a lot. It was traumatizing. So I thought maybe if I got to another door, then it was just my mind playing tricks on me. Apparently,
Yeah.
the universe hates me, so let's go to the church.
Yeah, I do have the feeling we need to go to that church.
Now
He's
it's
so
really
not happy
creepy.
about this. She wants to go home.
Me too. I just want to go home, get my Fender, and play some music.
I thought this was a good time. I was coming to demo a game, and I was going to talk about it on my Twitch channel. And now, yeah,
Yeah, I just thought
I'll
I had
probably
a good
deactivate
gig.
when I get home.
and you're saying this as you're walking towards the church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just thought, ooh, nice, I may make some music for a game. Never did that. That would be awesome, but
Oh, I know a friend who does that. I'll totally, if we make it out of here alive, I'll.
what's his name? Maybe I already know him.
Emil, as you're hearing the noise and the talk behind you, you're the first to reach the church. It's an old stone building. Above it, there's a clan insignia of the Stuarts, and there's a cross on the end. It's a relatively small building, but certainly big enough. The large door in front of you has an old iron hook and old iron hinges. It's a banded door with wood and iron black bands across it. The stone archway. There's a small kirk graveyard. Stones in it as you walk up the path, and the gravel crunches under your feet. as you walk up, and there's small bushes and such, and you walk up, and you hear the others, and you reach the threshold of the church before the others, but you're about the length of the cemetery apart, and they're just coming into the cemetery as you're reaching the door.
Any inscriptions on the door?
Yeah,
Anything inscribed on the arch?
Yeah, definitely. There's some what look to be, you'd have to guess, maybe Old Scots or Gaelic, maybe. Possibly. But roll a d6 and just see if you can comprehend or understand. It looks like it's a family, like a resting place of an ancient Scots family. That's kind of what you're thinking.
Yeah. And
McLaughlin's.
Where was the standing stone you mentioned?
That's over to your right now as you're standing at the church. You can see it just on the pinnacle of a hill in the shadow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on the way to the church. Okay. Yeah, I'll open the door.
Yeah, and you see at this point the wire reaches in to the church. You see it kind of just down, going in through the wall, big thick black cables going into church.
Hello?
And as you open the door, it's kind of dark, except for what could only be described as a rather peculiar looking red glow that you can't quite see just beyond the pews in front or close to the altar at the front, the lectern at the front, but just in front of it you see a red glow emanating, just lighting up the back end of the kirk beyond the pews.
Like floor level?
Yeah, floor level. No, floor level. But the glow's coming up and lighting up some of the stone and the grates and the grills and the wall and the lovely stained glass window depicting some battle with a unicorn and a devil fighting with somebody with a claymore in their hand, and the stained glass window is all red. And the others catch up with you as you take that in.
The red glow can't be good, right?
Who knows at this point?
Never good. I don't know if. Yeah. Okay. I was kind of hoping I was still dreaming.
Reticent to go inside,
You feel
so I'm still looking around.
I'm pinching your arm.
Stop.
Being outside.
You're not dreaming.
Is this sparking any memories for me? Do I remember coming to this island?
You're trying so hard to remember, and it's so difficult to remember time before. Could I get an insight roll, as your brain just cannot comprehend time before this? You struggle to remember, but maybe you're okay with it, but you can't recall. You're not recalling anything. You keep telling yourself who you are. You keep telling yourself what you know about yourself and your yacht and coming with the invite and that you're gonna talk to Lachlan about this and make sure he understands that there's that he needs to offer some kittens and puppies. That's really important. This glow just looking with a cable, and you see the cables. There's other cables running into the church at various points, and it all seems to be heading down that way
towards the glow.
Yeah.
I step inside the church and I sit down in one of the pews and I put my head in my hands as I'm trying to hold on to who I am.
Well, I did see him thinking of how and what. I'm starting to think, how the hell did I even get on this island?
Yeah, and
if I remember the way I came here.
Yeah, you just can't. You're trying to recall it, and I think again another insight roll from you at that point would be beneficial, as your memory is failing you, and you just can't seem to grasp the reality that you're in.
I'm
not
can I
going
also
insane,
make one?
but
Yeah, go for it. I mean, at any point,
I
if you
think
feel
as
like
soon
it's...
as he said that, I probably would have tried to start thinking the same thing too, and been like, "Wait, can I remember?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that worked out so well for me.
So yeah, you
was
start
glorious.
to be, you become a bit upset, I guess, and you can act out that increase in your anxieties or whatever it is, however it manifests itself. But yeah, certainly not comfortable. You're standing in this church.
Here it was. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still going in. I'm going into the church and follow the cable. I'm not gonna sit in the pew. I'm just gonna follow the cable.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna sit in a pew.
I look.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you walk forward.
Yeah.
As you...
I look up as I hear them pass me, and I look at the front. Is this a Catholic church? Is there a crucifix?
It's a Protestant church, so it's all very
Protestant.
Spartan. Yeah, you haven't got any cushions on the pews.
No
Right.
statues or anything.
Just
No
wondering
statues,
if
no
there was
gold. Very
maybe a
simple,
strange
very
effigy hanging in the front of the nave. Luckily, no.
Yeah. And you remind me who's going forward?
I was following the cables.
Yeah.
Dave too.
Yep.
Okay. As you get to the point where you can see over, the cables are all descending into something entirely improbable. You look to see where the cables are going, and they don't stop when they go into the floor. You can see them falling away. You can see them falling into space that isn't the basement. It's red, it's glowing, there's a light coming out of this portal.
I'm just stomping the floor to see if I hear.
Yeah. The circumference of this thing's probably about 4 foot across, and these big black thick cables are dropping right into it, and you can just see them disappearing as you look at. Anybody who feels that's slightly unnerving and unusual, I think, is due an insight roll at that point, because it's defying gravity at this
Oh
stage.
no.
Then I would say yes.
Well, my insight just got to 5. So I think
Welcome to the club.
I think Dave's gonna grab a cable
gonna pop.
and like angrily shake it to see what happens. Maybe.
Oh yes, I like it. I like
I
it.
assumed these were such thick
Very
cables that were
much.
stuck on the floor that you couldn't pick them up.
Well, I
Stop
can
touching
try.
shit.
Oh no!
What the?
Oh my lord.
No, that's not my lord, but
It's mine.
what the F is that?
Your
Don't think
eyes, your eyes try to adjust as you
I don't
find
like
yourself lying, through your closed eyes, your drowsy feeling. You hear the sound of waves crashing, and through your barely focusing eyes, you see many of these walking between you and around you. As you try and turn your heads, you look and you can see somebody lying next to you. You don't recognize them. You don't know who it is. You hear a human voice. Has it worked? Is the transfer complete? and you hear another noise that you don't understand. And then you hear the human voice again. No, what's wrong this time? We have to recalibrate it. We have to recalibrate it. It has to be right. We have to keep them alive long enough. They need to be able to endure the travel. If they can't endure the chaos, then it'll not be enough. We won't survive.
I'm trying to pinpoint the sound.
Yeah, you're stretching. You're looking at it and you focus. And then you hear another voice that you just don't understand. You can't recognize it. You look at this thing that is looking down at you, and it seems to be moving part of its front, and it seems to be vibrating some sound, but you just can't make it out. And a human voice again says, "No, we cannot fail. There's only 6 of us left. If we don't succeed, the hunting will continue. We'll fail, and we'll fall if these humans can't be used as hosts."
All right, so who exactly is seeing and hearing this?
All of you.
I'm just reacting to it.
You wake up. You try to speak at that point, but you're too out of it, and that's where we'll end the adventure. As you lie on this space, looking up with this beast variously looking down on you.